Map 2 of Lao versus Bio coming up next.
All right, we've got our players in. Let's do some introductions. In the red, playing, of course, from Britain, he is
Lao! Can I say their name as sarcastically as possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Go for it.
It's fun.
And playing as the yellow Zerg in the upper, the 12 o'clock position, as it would be, we have
Bio! That was pretty GOM TV-like.
Yeah.
With the spin and everything.
So it looks like they're going to regame because they actually made this on the wrong map.
And so shall we.
Yeah. Kind of have to.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right. Well, game 2. I hope Terran survives, bro.
Yeah.
Man,
It's never fun to have 2-0s.
if there's one, yeah, I mean, and then if there's one less Terran in the bracket, that means there's only one Terran left, and then that makes only 2 players that are not Zerg left in the tournament. So personally, that's probably the only reason I'm kind of hoping the Terran can pull one out and even things up here. But Bio looks real strong, and Lao maybe just got a little too cute there for a second.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see if he actually brings out some real harass early game this time, instead of getting cute. And we are on the correct version of the map now, hopefully.
Players wondering if this is the correct version of the map. This is the MLG version.
All right, you ready for take 2 on this, Gwin?
I am.
I think I need another pass at these names.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, we get the opportunity right here, don't we? All right, guys. This is game 2 of the rundown, or game 2 of one of the opening sets of the rundown. Let's do some player intros in the 12 o'clock position. Spawning as the red Terran, we have
Lao.
playing from England, of course.
Shout outs. Came on the show, did a little interview for us last week. Check it out on YouTube.
Absolutely. And as the yellow Zerg, playing, of course, from Team Convergence, who we interviewed his manager earlier. He is
Bio. I still need the echo though. That's what I really need.
Yeah, we
VSP
gotta.
with the echo. Yeah.
We can do that.
That can be done.
Yeah. You have an echo box, no? Or you have a reverb box, don't you?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's got to be around here somewhere.
I might have one lying around if you don't.
All right, Zerg versus Terran, and close spawns by air, bro. Come on, man.
And gas before barracks again.
Amazing.
So Lao maybe really likes Banshees.
Here's to hoping. Ooh, early scout, obviously, with the Overlord there, getting over to the Terran base, though. And
Yep.
you think this is going to affect what his build's going to be?
Well, I mean, he sees that it's gas first, obviously, but I mean, it was gas first last game, so this can't super be a surprise. It does mean that his Overlord is much safer to stick around for longer, that Marine is going to be delayed getting out of the barracks, because the barracks is not done yet. And we see Hatch first again out of Bio. I think at the very least, or at least I guess my expectation is that in his attack last game, he could have not made 2 of those roaches and instead made a Evo chamber and a spore. And I think that this game, seeing what happened last game and seeing the gas first again, that's one of those adjustments I would make to my play. If I was playing in a best of 3 and I was in Bio's position, I would look at that and go, hey, this guy really likes this cloak play. I'm going to make sure that I don't lose any drones to that at all, when it only costs me, 300 minerals to really be safe from it. And the quick factory and the reactor again. And let's see if he takes that second gas. There was no drone here to deny the second gas this time. So he could get that up quicker. And, you know, that's one of those
kind of
things.
what I was curious about, yeah, was especially with the Overlord hang around, you know, what's the timing of this second gas here? This is someone like me who doesn't really play, I don't play Terran that much.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the timing for that off the top of my head, because I always gas steal in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I absolutely hate Cloak Banshee, so I'm going to delay all your stuff by at least 45 seconds. So, yeah, I honestly think that against Zerg, the Cloak Banshee, especially if you just make a lot of them, like you make like 4, and you hide it really well, and then you just kind of like waltz in with 4, you actually kill things so fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's really hard for Zerg to recover, so, yeah, I always just steal a second gas, and then depending on how many Marines they pull to kill it, I know what they're doing.
Really nice Overlord placement there, allowing the Zerg player to see inside the back of the Terran base.
Yep, he's going for the starport again.
Yeah, starport going down, reactor on the factory, tech lab on the barracks. So very similar to the last round.
Yep.
Hellions going to hit the front here and run into the same Zerglings blocking their entrance to the ramp. So very, very similar now, isn't it? There they go, though, harassing away at these Zerglings here, and only 2 remain. Just outside of reach of the spine crawler there, though.
6 up at the top now.
Very tense right here. Look at that hold position.
Yep.
Very sexy.
DAP micro.
Now, they can't see on top of that ramp there.
No,
those
they
of
can't.
you newbies watching, right. So that's why they're not shooting up there. They can't see that.
Yeah, we have the second queen out now. Ooh, look at that. Laying the creep tumor down. Wants to spend that energy on something. And I should just move that guy just up to the top of the ramp. But these Hellions are going to pull back to the watchtower. What do we see going on here? It's a medevac. So he's actually going to do the Hellion drop into the main. And should be able to roast quite a few drones. The pool is back here doing the good block. So this is actually a tight wall back here, so the Hellions will not be able to slip behind the minerals all the way. But if there is a medevac there, they can actually do still quite a bit. Good Overlord placement here out of bio, though. Might be able to see this. As it comes in. Oh, yeah, actually, that's great Overlord placement there out of bio.
There we go. Bio's going to be able to have a little bit of time to react to this, but still these Hellions are going to be able to get in, do possibly some big damage here. There's one shot. Looks like they got 1 kill here, and now the drones are starting to get depleted health-wise, and they're going to start to fry here. Zerglings back to support.
But those Zerglings don't have speed, so yeah, they actually get taken out super, super fast.
Wow.
Hellion's going to continue to do damage.
And all 4 Hellions are still up here for the moment. 1 goes down, though.
Speed is finished.
And Zerglings adding on here to the back, but some great harass here out of these Hellions. Look, heading back towards the medevac. Get picked up here in a second if they need, but they don't. They're going to be able to get back into this mineral line here and possibly do more damage.
Yeah, another drone going down there. It looks like now would be the time. He's actually just letting these get cleaned up, and I'm not sure if that's the best choice here. They've all gone down. And if we look at the drone count, it's 42 to 29, so Galaxy went for a pretty aggressive opening right there. I mean, he's got his command center up and down on the low ground, but he's so far behind in supply. I feel like maybe he stopped making SCVs at some point during that point. He feels like he's way farther behind in workers than he should be at this point in the game. And I know that going for that build that he did does not put you that far behind usually. The double Evos out from bio. This is a style I like a lot, going heavy Ling upgrades. I think it's really, really strong, you know, in this matchup. And I love this also out of bio. He's spreading creep in his main. And a lot of people might just look at that and be like, well, why does he need to spread creep in his main? That's actually not that big of a deal, but it really is, guys. It's such a big deal. It's one of those things where, you know, if you have creep in your main, you not only see everything as it comes in, but you also have speed for your queens everywhere. I think it's the player who's favoring stuff like Banshee harass. That's a big deal. Being able to chase that Banshee all the way to the edge of your base.
I really like putting the tumors at the edge of the high ground and watching that creep just seep right into the middle super fast.
Absolutely.
Gets you real close to the enemy base super quick.
We have a bunch of Hellions slipping out. They're going to try and slip into the main here, and that's actually enough to where that could be a really big deal. At the same time, Banshee coming around to the backside. It's going to pick off a few drones. A little bit of a slow reaction there out of bio. So Lau able to do some damage. He actually moved back with his Hellions. And I like that kind of move quite a bit, because what he did is he drew the queens to the front of the base with the Hellions, and then he attacked the back with that Banshee. So really good play so far out of him. Overseer is going to see what's up, though. We don't actually have Cloak this game, so that's a little bit of a mind game out of Lau. I like that a lot. He showed Cloak last game, and this game he doesn't have it, or he's not showing it.
Is
but
that
Bio doesn't know.
I mean, do you think you would get it later on? Like, for instance, you know, obviously not right now in the first 10 minutes where, you know, every piece of gas that you get is just so important. But later on, would you add it on randomly? I noticed the trend is just if you don't plan on getting it right away, you just pretty much never do.
I mean, that might be something that we see out of players later in the game's evolution, where they like purposely delay Cloak by 5 minutes or something, but just to throw their opponent off. But at the same time, you know, it's such an expensive upgrade. It's 200. So, I mean, that's one of those deals where it forced another Overseer. Mutas are going to be out, though. They're going to clean that up.
All right, so we're in very similar positions to the last game here. In this one, we got the Mutas coming out. We got the third base going up for the Zerg. We got the slightly quicker third here for the Terran, and this one's on the gold, so that's a potential ace in the hole there.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge, right? I mean, Lau wants to get on this gold. He wants to drop mules on the gold, and this is actually the reason that the GSL has actually removed gold bases from their maps. They don't have golds in their maps anymore because dropping mules on the gold was deemed overpowered by GSL. Too good.
I don't get that, bro. Do you get that? Do you agree with that?
I think that like, since the strongest unit in the Terran army is the Marine, and the Marine only costs minerals, and barracks only cost minerals, I somewhat agree with it from the standpoint of, like, if you give the Terran a 5-minute boost in their mineral income by more than double, they're able to support like an extra 5 barracks Marine production off that, and they can actually just make too many units for you, even if you're way ahead at that point, to keep up. Much less if you guys are on an equal footing. Like a really good Terran with a really good micro is just going to kind of like walk all over their opponent, because Marines are just so good. He's not going to be happy to see this. If he can get some SCV kills, that could be huge. The army is pretty well positioned though for Galaxy.
Oh,
so
nice snipe of that mule there though. Did you catch that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And dove in there just long enough to get that one mule down, and that's it. But yeah, you're right. The third base is cooking. I don't know that, you know, the only problem I have with what the GSL decided was that they decided that they knew better than the developers of the game.
I think that the developers of the game, and the developers of the game have actually stated this, that like they're building StarCraft as a game that is supposed to be fun to play and balanced at all levels of skill.
Right.
And I think that the problem with doing something like that is that at the very, very extremes of it's too hard to please everyone at the extremes. Like, you can't make the bronze level players play balanced and the pro level players play balanced. Like, it doesn't quite equate that way. I mean, the same was true in Brood War. If you looked at Brood War, Protoss was actually way easier to play than the other races, because the Protoss units costed more, but they were like way beefier. And so in something where like training a unit in Brood War was actually really, really hard, that meant that Protoss at a very low level of play was easier to play. So I think that GSL looked at the situation and said that, you know, Blizzard is making the game that's going to appeal to most people, and that's great for them, but we're trying to make a game, we're trying to have a tournament which is based on skill, and they felt that wasn't super conducive.
I just love the secondary level of income that you can get, though. I mean, yeah, it's overpowered. It should be a big-ass problem when a Terran player gets the gold, but
right, but it should be.
It is also up to, you know, map for map. You know, if I just put it like that, then I should definitely not complain about the GSL's decision, because it's at the end of the day, it's the GSL's decision what map to put in their tournament anyway, right? But I would want like a gold. So there would be like some kind of incentivization to take that risky expand.
I think that the gold is fine. The problem is that gold is like a million times better, or not a million times, but it's much better for Terran than it is for any of the other races.
I wonder if there's a way you could do like a Well, that's true. I can understand that.
Because the thing is,
Right.
mules is what makes the gold so strong, right? Because the mule brings back so many minerals per trip, and that's like the big problem with that whole deal. This is actually kind of gross out of Bio right now. He just has like, he's got so many banelings and so many zerglings that I'm pretty sure he could actually just A-move through this whole cluster.
Oh yeah.
And win the whole thing. And
That's
that
probably
might be what he's going to do. This is actually really bad out of him though. He doesn't have his units spread out.
Oh boy.
And so he's actually going to lose all of that because he did not like flank from a couple directions. So a huge amount of miscontrol there. Out of Bio loses him that entire army. And I think that might lose him the game. We'll have to see, but
yeah, not like the tables just turned.
absolutely.
Make no mistake, all those banelings being wasted on those tanks and stuff, and now things are very bad.
Most of them didn't even hit anything. Like, he's lost his gold now, and
He's giving away his 4th
he's going to give away all these drones.
and the 5th.
Like, all of these drones are done.
Yeah, this is getting really bad for Bio in a big way here, in a big hurry.
Yeah, I mean, and we got a drop going on from Galaxy at the same time, or Lau rather, at the same time. He's going to drop up here at the 3rd, and probably can do a significant amount of damage to that. We have Broodlords that are going to be on the way real soon. Corruptor's out. Greater Spire is finished.
And there we go. We got the Broodlord started here, but it looks like we're going to lose 3 bases before we get that happening here.
And the
Ooh,
fourth-
does that 4th go down over the Zerg base? I don't think it... Oh, it did just now go down over there, and you see the additional Terran base
So we have
being populated too.
We have ghosts coming out.
Now, is that good? I've never actually seen like a high-level
ghosts
match against Broodlords.
Are you kidding me, man?
No,
Ghosts are like ghosts are like the best Terran unit against late game Zerg or late game Protoss, really, because of EMP.
Yeah, I know
man,
I've
late
felt the
game
pain of
Zerg
the
snipe.
Protoss.
If you take a look at this ability, snipe actually does 45 damage and ignores all armor. So Ultralisk does 45 damage a shot to Ultralisk.
Wow, Broodlord's going to enter the fray here, though, and they're very exposed right now with no support. Zergling is going to join the party, though, and the tanks are unsieged. That's kind of a problem, but it looks like there's enough Terran force here to deal with this.
We'll have to see.
Ooh, no, good Baneling hit right there. Removes all anti-air, and now the tables have turned. Broodlords are going to be able to take down all these tanks.
Well, they've got to run. He is making 9 Marines at a time and 1 Ghost at a time. So he will be able to clean this up. There's actually not too many Broodlords out right now. Some more being morphed. But he really needs Infestors out to kind of deal with that. At the same time, though, we've had a double Marine drop in the main that took out the Hive.
This is
Wow.
the end of the game, straight up. Yeah, straight up the end of the game, folks.
I think so. There's Vikings out now as well. Corruptors will be able to deal with those for now. But this has gotten kind of scrappy here, as you know, Bio basically just trying to hang on.
Saving the infestation pit here, but he's very limited on bases and income.
He lost his spawning pool,
and he's got he's just got nothing but the infestation pit, then, doesn't he?
He has
That's a
one
hint. Oh, and the Greater Spire
non-mining
still stands.
non-mining base and a
Baneling
Baneling nest. So he actually can't make any more Zerglings.
Try to hit the front here. We got no siege out of these tanks right here.
Yeah, well, the siege against the Broodlords, the siege will actually kill your own units with the splash damage, so you actually don't want to siege in this situation.
And tanks going down at the front here. Marines trying to push up. There's a handful of them here. Should be able to clean up.
Those Broodlords just fell to snipe. Here goes the next one. It's sniped as well. GG.
So is that one sort of careless attack move there?
Yeah, that really cost
Bio.
him the game. I mean, if you take that attack and you attack from 3 different places at once with those same units, you win that battle guaranteed.
Look at that even income there coming out.
Yep.
Both players harvesting the same amount. And maybe that's what I would say, dude.